welcome to Chromatical Club. I'm so glad to have you here. This place is going to be amazing, and it wouldn't be amazing without you. So thank you so much for joining. This video is going to give you a big, massive tour about what Chromatical is, because there are a lot of components in here. Like I've said before, it's not a Facebook group that just has one sort of feed. This is like, there's a lot in here and a lot of value. So I want to show you around, show you what options you can have, how you can tweak your notifications so that you get the right and you don't get too many, because there's a lot of notifications you can get in here. I want to show you all the value that you can get so you can make the most out of this club, because there's a lot. So I'm going to get stuck right in. I'm going to minimize my face and put me down there, but I'll still be hanging around. Oh, there I am. Okay, so I have logged in as Harriet. So you can see my dog here. So Harriet, test dog Martin. Hello, that's you. Because this shows the sort of same style of dashboard that you guys will see. So chromaticalclub.com.au is the place that you should bookmark, because then, and just, I mean, even pin it to your navigation so that it's just always there, so that you've always got notifications coming through. You can also download the app so that can give you notifications, and you don't miss out on anything that's important. So while I'm here, I will get into notifications. You can see I've got a few as Harriet coming in here. I do occasionally share notifications to everybody so that you guys when you guys get notified when something exciting is happening. So every week I post a question of the week to answer, because it can be really insightful to see everyone's opinions and thoughts on a special topic. I'll get into that soon. And I also share monthly accountability posts as well. The other thing that I'll be sharing is when a new live Q&A will be happening, and asking if you have any questions to share, to be asking the person that I'm interviewing or asking myself on a certain topic, so that your questions get asked. Super important. Okay, so talking about notifications, up here is where you can find all of where your little face is in the top right-hand corner, is where you can see all of your information. So you can click on View Your Profile, and you can see it there, and you can add a lot more stuff in there. I've just added the basics. You can also click on your settings and click on notifications. You can also go into your purchases, which is obviously the Chromatical Club plan, your account, and go into all this sort of other information. Edit your profile, of course, again. But I want to talk about notifications here, because look how many there are. Now, you can choose to be notified by email, mobile, both, or none. Don't suggest none. I like email because I just find it easier. Mobile, sometimes things don't work. I don't have the app, so it's not letting me. But I do recommend mobile. But I would turn some things off. You don't probably want to see posts from every member, or you'll be getting emails galore. But if you do want to find out if someone comments on your stuff, or if you get a mention in a post or comment, or someone sends you a chat message, like, I feel like they're really important things to get. These maybe not so much if someone also comments on a post that you've commented on or something like that. It's totally up to you. But just to save your own sanity with getting too many emails, sort of, you can pick and choose these, but I suggest leaving on the most important ones so you do get some notifications. So I'll make sure that's bottoms off. Active is relevant to you. I don't need that on. And you can turn on things like activity from members that you follow and posts from your hosts. Please keep that on. That's me. That's when I have something important to share with you. So please keep that one on. Cheers. They can get a bit overwhelming at times, because that's when people pop a little love heart on your post. If you get tons of them, it might be something you might want to turn off. Yes, you can follow lots of different ways. You can follow individual members. So I might follow my partner, Chris, to see when he posts stuff. So I'll get a notification when he posts something. But I can also follow topics, and I'll get into topics soon. So they're really good. Anyway, notifications are here, and I highly recommend customizing them to suit and making sure that the right ones are on. So editing your profile, you'll probably be prompted to do this when you first start, So I recommend definitely adding your profession here. There are some professions already listed. So as you can see here, you can select from the ones already there. If your profession isn't there, you can add it yourself. So you just literally type it. Harriet is a club assistant, and it'll just save what that is. Now, this part's a little bit confusing. There's an about you and an introduction, which kind of sound a bit the same. Now, the about me is the part that will display under your sort of photo and name. So I like to make that short and snippy thing about who you are and what you do. The introduction is more of a sort of more detailed kind of longer form information about you. And you can write whatever you like in there, totally up to you. You can put your time zone in, and the topics that you follow are here as well. So again, I'll get into topics soon. You can change your cover photo here to be whatever you want. And of course, update your profile photo as well. So always click save when you leave. Okay, so you can always search Chromatical Club for whatever you need. If there's a topic that you know was answered, or you're about to ask something and you don't know it's been answered before, you can type it in. Share what's on your mind. I generally don't recommend doing this because they're often very short, and it can be hard to remember to add a topic in here. So I like to manually go to the topics page and add a certain topic, but I'll get into that soon. So the home page is where generally when you log in, you will land. And it will show you your personal feed. So it'll show you the things that you've subscribed to that you want to hear about, and it'll sort it by the latest activity. Oh, it looks like there's been some new activity. I'll click that, and the newest goes to the top. Here we go. Yep, so there's been some new activity. This was a post posted by Chris a while ago, and someone has commented on that. So it just keeps me up to date with what's been going on. So he posted a poll asking what they wanted, and it should show you, yep, so 4 people have responded with email, as you can see, and you'll see various people commenting below. So this is the home page. This is where it should show you relevant things to what you're interested in. Now, you can also sort by how you want it to be shown to you as well. Date created, popular now, etc. Now, if you click this bit here and switch it to list view, it will display very differently. So depending on how you like to see things, that can help toggle it into a different way. I like the visual view. Now, discovery is a little bit similar, but it's less curated to you specifically. I'm clicking on that now, but my internet isn't working great. What's going on here? Hello? Doesn't want to do discovery. Yeah. All right, let's move on to members, shall we? I'll come back to discovery. Okay, so members is where you can see a list of people who are part of the club. So as you can see, these guys here are part of my beta program, and they've been testing it to make sure that the club is amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Now, you can see here, as I mentioned, this is that top smaller snippet of information that I explained before of what will display under your name and your photo. So by adding it and by adding your occupation, it'll display there so people can actually see what you do and reach out to you if they would like to collaborate or get in touch or send you a private message. So it's really beneficial to fill that stuff out. Now, I can actually follow certain people. So if I want to follow Chris, because he's my dad technically, I can click follow. Not mine, Harriet. I'm pretending I'm Harriet. That would be weird. I can click follow so that I am notified of any of his posts. And as you can see, that little green dot means he's online right now. So hi. I can also click on Chris's name and click say hello and say hello. Hi, Chris. It's Harriet. That might creep him out a little bit. Oh, well. Now, so that's the members. Now, I might jump down to professions here on the left here because it's quite relevant. Here you can see and sort different people by their professions. So pretend you needed a photographer for something coming up. You could see the different professions available and go, I need a photographer. And when there's, a group of people in here, you can click on it and see all of the different posts by each of the people and get in touch with people who have that profession. So you can either get in touch based on what they post about, or you can, I got a ding from the app. Oh, what Chris is posting. He got 2 Google reviews today. So he's sharing in his wins post, and I'll get to that in the topics. So you can see all the information about photographers. So you can actually see relevant information to photography if you're interested in that, but also you can see the people who are actual photographers, and you can go, okay, Amanda's a photographer. I might say hello to her and see if she's the right photographer for me. So cool. So much value. What else have we got here? So moving down, is Discovery going to work now? Discovery is working. Hurrah! Okay, just loading a little bit slow. My internet's shocking today. Good day to film, Trish. Okay, so as you can see, this is very different. This is very vibrant, very bright. Here you'll see a top post. So what's really active at the moment? What are people engaging in? What do you want to join in on? Topics. So this is just a list of the topics that I mentioned are part of the club. So you can click on each and easily find them. The top members, so you can see all members and see who is active the most at the moment. Featured posts, ones that I'll update to be featured. So ones that I think will be interesting for people or really important, I can pop here. And also upcoming events. These are currently my live Q&A calls with myself or with one of the people that I'll be interviewing. So you can pop here and see a bit of a rundown about everything, really, that's going on in the club. So this is just about the page, about Chromatical Club, about all the information, who's in here, really sort of simple stuff, and all of the welcome things that are really important. And you can also get the app from here as well. So that's an easy one. Now to the fun part, the topics. This is the sort of main part of Chromatical Club and the part that I'm super passionate about. So you can see here there's quite a few topics. The top one, welcome to Chromatical Club. And again, you can follow any topic that you like. Chromatical Club, this is where, oh, hello, it's me with different hair. This is where you can see the club rules and guidelines. What is Chromatical Club? Let's put it in the list view. It might be easier. That's where I'm asking for feedback from my beta group. How to use Chromatical Club and watch the video. That's what that one is. And yeah, the club rules and guidelines. So you can pop here anytime and watch this video again and see what the club rules and guidelines are. If you ever think anything is being breached, please get in touch. It's just club@chromatical.com.au and I will look into it as soon as possible. I can't always see everything, so sometimes I need your eyes and ears on it as well. So back to topics. There are introductions. So this is where you can, as soon as you log in, come and say hello, introduce yourself, tell everyone what you do, and you can get sort of into the swing of posting in the club. It's a good place to start. Ask your business questions. Now, this is a doozy of a topic. So, Chris is in there at the moment. So, as I mentioned before, Chris has posted a poll. You can post a poll as well where people can vote. And there's a few different ways of doing polls as well. I'll show you a couple. So, as you can see, Chris has posted something. People have voted, and people have put their actual thoughts below to try and help Chris make that decision. Really beneficial. Amanda is part of a crew that's starting a magazine, and she's asked for some help, and questions are coming below. Amanda's posted a few things. Jen is asking about a T-shirt release and what to do at Christmas time. You'll see all of this in here. You can have an explore and help people out if you have any advice. Kelly's asked about support from business partners and family, etc. Naomi's asked about best website platforms for selling digital products. There's so much in here, and there's so much opportunity for ways to ask these valuable questions that myself or someone else that has that sort of information can help you with. I can't wait till this group is so full with amazing people, and even that I have like people to communicate with and ask for advice, because I feel like I'm alone in this a lot of the time, you know? So these people are all like my kind of people, and I'm sure you are too. So that support is just going to be so amazing. All right, so feedback. A bit different to questions, but in a similar sort of way. But feedback, what do you like about, do you prefer this logo or this logo? Or should I launch to founding members, which is you, possibly, in December or January? Or what else could you pop in here? Does this website copy make sense to you? What sort of feeling does this website copy give? Do you think this would make a good ad? Is this price, or I don't know, anything that you want feedback on? I'll be giving out pins to everyone who is part of the club for 6 months. And I wanted to see if that was even a good idea. Like, is it just something that I want to do that I think is cool, or would everyone else think it's a good idea? So that's not my pin. It's from, I think, Jubbly Ump, and I did make sure I credited any image that I use from anyone else. Yeah. Which I think is really important because they are creative too. So also on that note, on images note, if you do add an image to your post, it will display, I'll go back the long way, feedback. If you click on the list view, it will display here instead of it being sort of plain. So I prefer the list view, but you can swap it to whatever you like. And again, you can sort by however you like and what you want to see. You can sort by questions and polls and see what's in here. There's no articles, I don't think. These are ones from me. We can tick them all, I think. Everything easy done. Now, back to topics. So, I've got a message. Chris has said, hello, Harriet. I'm recording. Shit. Yes, I do. Anyway, bye, Chris. You'll watch this later and go, oh, God. Okay. Oh, recording one. It's okay. So down we go. Happy wins. I'm really excited about this one. I'll probably say that about all the topics, but that's okay. Happy wins. This is where, when you're alone in business and you get all these like little bursts of joy and no one around you knows that this is something worth being excited about. I can see you sniffing in the backyard, not recording anything. Oh, God. You might have got a really successful ad happen, or your first purchase, or I think Chris posted here, he got his first Google review this week. And like, you just want to celebrate that with someone, but no one's there to listen. And you're just like, oh, bon, bon. And you just sort of sit by yourself in your office and going, okay, got no one to celebrate that with. Well, this is now the place where you can celebrate. And I'm really, really excited about this because, these are the things that make you feel good and build you up and give you that motivation to keep going, to keep on doing amazing things. So I've posted a few things in here. I just sent out my invitation for people to join Chromatical Club. That's my first thing. Chris went to a hypnotherapy course. Oh, that must be it. I thought I posted more than I've got to get in there and do some more. Anyway, this is where you can share those wins. Now, keep yourself accountable. Dum, dum, dum. When I sent out my original questionnaire for what people wanted most out of the group, it was the accountability part that was one of the most prominent parts of it. So this is going to be really valuable. Every month, at the start of the month, I will notify everybody that there is a new accountability post up. So as you can see, December, November, that's just me writing, but you can actually click on November, or, the current month, and write... Loading. Oh, no, I just opened the image, I think. Oh, here we go. Here's the post. November, keep yourself accountable. So I will mention, what are you keeping accountable for? And then this is where you can comment below with all the things that you want to keep accountable for. So people can comment on it. You can comment on other people's and saying, say well done. Offer any help if they need help with the things that they want to achieve. This was my list of things that I needed to do in November. And I have actually ticked off everything that I wanted to do in that, which is really great. And all my tax is underway. I actually just sent off everything and all that sort of thing. So, but it's all underway, which is really good. But also you can create your own posts. So you can add here by clicking the plus sign. Oh, no, not there. You can click here and share what's on your mind and add your own post with what you want to be accountable for. So it could be a weekly thing. It could be whenever you want. If you just need to put it out there, because sometimes just putting it out there makes a world of difference to accountability. So pop your stuff in here. So back to topics. Live Q&A videos. This will be so valuable, especially in time. So my first live, this is me posting about my first live Q&A, which will be on December 13th at 12 p.m. And I'll be talking about selling on Instagram. And this, if you want to ask any questions about it, you can pop them all in here and I will actually answer them in the video, or as many as I possibly can anyway. You can respond to the event there, and I will be putting a link in to the Zoom call as well. So it'll be a Zoom call, so you can tune in live, ask your question, or I'll answer the questions that were asked and possibly ones that are in the live. But the best part is that in here is where you can find all of the previous videos. So this is obviously my first, so there's none in there. But, in 2 years, there will be a bank of videos in here on all these different topics where I'll be interviewing all different people about amazing questions about what they're best at, what I know about, and some of you guys might even be interviewed. So this will be a really, really powerful place to view things later on. Back to topics. Question of the week. I really like this bit. So a lot of people have been really sort of positively joining in on this, and I was really glad to see that. So each week I share a question, and I do send a notification out to everyone that there is a new question to answer. So as you can see, there's a few here. What is the best investment you've made for your business so far, and why would you recommend it to others? So I've answered, Amy has answered, and Kelly has answered that one. What's this one? Look, clicked on the picture again. Will I learn that? Question of the week. What do you do to stay productive? What are your tips, tools, processes that you can share that will help procrastinators like me stay productive? So as you can see, there's quite a few comments on this one so far. But you can learn so much from tuning in and hearing and, saying your opinion and your thought and how you do, because it can benefit others. But you can also log in and see how other people do things and get learnings out of that as well. So this is really cool and a really good way to engage with other people as well. Back to topics. New discoveries and interesting articles. So, like when there's a new app or there's this app that does speech bubble text when you're recording stories for Instagram so that it's got, the captions. If you discover anything cool, pop it in here, because I'm sure other people will want to know about it, especially in all different industries, So I've added some cool stuff in here, like a report that examines the impact of Instagram's hidden likes, so we actually get to know what was that all about? How was it impacted everything? There's been so much talk about what it's done for everyone and how it's impacted it. So there's also a great article on 7 ways to increase engagement on with your Instagram followers, and it's just a really easy thing to say. I've always, of course, credited where it's from, so that you guys can read it and get some great info. Bonjour, this is an app I love. You might have got one when you joined. I might have sent one to you just to say welcome, and it's an amazing way to connect with your clients or customers. So I just wanted to share that so that everyone knew about it as well. So if you have anything that you find to be really valuable that others could benefit from, whether it's an app or a program or an article that's interesting to read, pop it in here. What else is there? Collaborate. So this is a reasonably new area, so there's not tons in here. I'm going to switch it to this bit. So what is in here? I'm looking for someone to help me make a fancy intro to my podcast that I'm releasing next year. One of my clients is looking for a web developer for back end and front end, so I'm looking for one of those. Amanda's posted what she does, and she's looking for other people in the UK to meet up with. But it might be a way, you might be looking for someone to collaborate on a project together. You might be looking for someone to collaborate on anything. You might be wanting to organise a meetup. You might be wanting to collaborate by doing some sort of meetup. There's so many options that you can pop in here. Hiring each other, working together, organising an event together. I've mentioned that here. There's so many things that you can pop in here. So don't be afraid. Reach out. You never know who will spot it. And so the not at all business related, but there's always needing to be a post about this because, for example, I totally want to share with you the cups that I got for our shop. It's not really a shop, but our studio. There's not really a spot for that. So I just wanted to pop it in here so that if you want to talk about anything else that's not business related, you still can. Now, moving down the list on the left is events. Oh, I should mention, I'm just going to jump back up to topics, sorry. So I'm going to go back into business questions. And if I want to share my thoughts, I can also tag, I want to tag Chris in something. Is it going to let me? Oh, good question. Oh, yeah, there we go. Chris' name pops up and he'll get a notification that I've tagged him in a post. So if you know of someone who needs to hear something, or you think someone could help, or you're like, Shannon from Pretty Parcel knows heaps about that stuff, I'll tag her in here because I think she could help. Or, you can actually notify people in the club that you know are there, who you think might be able to help or collaborate or, offer support of some sort. So that's another little valuable thing. You can attach your file, you can add a link, you can add a video, and you can add a photo. And the photo is how you get that nice little image on the side. So down to events again. So this is where I add the events of what's coming up. You can click on those and RSVP. You can click I'm going, and there is the link to the Zoom event as well, so you can tune in when it's time. And I'll, of course, notify you via email when that's about to happen so that you don't miss out. But even if you do, it'll be back in the club afterwards, maybe in a day or so, when I can edit it and get it up in the club, so you can watch it afterwards. Professions, we've already been through professions, so don't forget to add your professions so you get popped in here. Now, what else have I got? I'm just going to go through my list. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we are coming to the end. Woohoo! I hope it's not too long. I hope you've made it this far. So just a few tips, really, especially in mobile. It's a bit weird in mobile on the app, because it sort of asks you to, when you create a post, it automatically tries to get you to create a quick post. Now, quick posts have a very small character limit. So what I can recommend is, if you see that there is a restriction in character limit, it's likely gone into quick post and not the normal post. So especially in when you're on your phone, if you find there's a limit, you're in the wrong spot. So in the same area, just look for another space to add. Let's see if I can open it in here. Where are you? Here we go. Just opening it up. Oh, yeah, okay. So you can see, I'm not sure if you can see. This is what the app looks like. Now, at the very top, there's add post and ask a question. And if I click add post, I believe this is a quick post. Yes, as you can see, it says quick post up here. So what you do, I actually made a mistake. So what I meant to say is, I believe quick post is fine, but when you're on the home page, I might make my screen bigger. Okay, so when you're on the home page like this, there is add post and ask question. So ask question is where you sort of probably default want to go to, because you do usually want to ask a question. So instead, click add post. And that is the best place to ask questions, because there's no limit. So if you go down to ask question, there is down the bottom that 150 character limit. Hope that helps. So back to it. I'll make myself a little bit tiny again. How do I do that? Okay, so what have I got? As you can see, when you're in a topic, where did she post something? Maybe in business questions. There is not actually a place to, down here, there's not actually any sort of titles. So when you start writing, it goes straight into what your question is. As you can see, these posts don't have images and these posts do. You can see the difference. Now, as you can see, here's one that Naomi did. That's what I was going to say. So she actually put in capitals at the top what the subject of the question was. So working on your business versus working in your business. So she put the title as her first part and then went into her post so that people got the concept about what the post was before they clicked on it. So that really helps. She basically added a title manually, and then she went into asking the actual question, which was really, really smart. So rather than, I know I definitely have. I've got into some straight away, but rather than sort of saying, hey guys, how are you? What's your day been like? Blah, blah, blah. And then getting stuck into your post, people won't know what your post is about when they see it in the snippet view. So try to put a bit of an explanation about what your post topic is in the first part. So back onto messages really quickly. You can start a new chat with anybody. If you don't want to go through their profile, if you remember that you wanted to talk to Jody about something, you can just type in her name and start a chat with her there and write your message. And of course, there are links to her social places and website, which is super handy as well. The other thing is that I quickly wanted to mention is that I've probably forgotten a few things, but I've gone through most of them, is that there'll be a series of onboarding emails that you will get that will let you know of some of the cool stuff that's coming with Chromatical Club. So, or not just coming, that you can do in Chromatical Club, and to remind you about what you can do in the club, because it's bloody great. So keep your eye out for those. They'll stop after, I think, about 4 emails. So don't worry, they will stop, because I'm sure at the start you will get quite a few emails with what's going on because of the notifications and all that sort of thing. But the onboarding emails will stop after 4, and you can, of course, change your notifications as well. Just make sure some are on, because otherwise you'll forget about the club and we'll miss you. Look, I think that's the bulk of it for now. I just really did want to give you a tour and show you around, because I want you to get stuck into all of the parts. So jump in, go introduce yourself to the club, say hello, ask a few questions, send a couple of messages, do whatever you like, but get involved, answer other people's questions, give support to other people who are clearly doing new, exciting, nerve-wracking things, so that they feel supported as well. And it'll all come back to you as well. That is the whole point of this club, is to have that amazing support. So thank you guys so much for joining again. Any questions, feel free to post in the club. And I'm sure myself or someone else in the club will answer it for you. Enjoy. Bye, guys.